Representative Foster, no surprise there.
I love surprising my colleagues and doing exactly what they expect me to do. Hi, First Selectman Bowsza. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you, Representative. It's nice to see you.
We have a long history of conversations related to this topic that I don't know that everyone is quite privy to. So would you mind giving me your 35-second highlight reel of the biggest issues that are posed in the town of East Windsor by the grid-scale solar facilities that have been cited there to date?
So we're on my 35-minute rundown of the solar problem. Got it.
35 seconds, not minute.
I'm still hearing minutes. We have a number of them. First of all, is we have the supersaturation of the approval of these projects in one town, which is clearly out of balance in terms of any type of equity or parity you're ever going to see. We've had issues pertaining to persistent and unremitting noise that is seemingly the purview of nobody to enforce, where these projects make a high-pitched buzzing sound anytime the sun is out, any time of the year. And it's intrusive on residential homeowners, it's intrusive on families and children, and there seems to be nobody who's willing to take ownership of addressing the underlying concerns of that. We have had issues where there have been fires that have broken out with no clearly determined root causes as of this point in time, and therefore no real means of having fixed the underlying problem and only limited accountability. We have had problems associated with taxation. We have had problems associated with the loss of farmland. We have had problems considering the lack of any interest in several branches of government as to the municipal interests in the development or lack of development of any more of these in the municipality. So this has been a huge problem, as you know, from many, many different perspectives.
I think people think that it sounds like an exaggeration for you or I to say that this is easily the biggest headache that we face as elected officials in our communities. It's the thing we hear about the most. And I think that oftentimes people think that our constituents are bringing up NIMBY concerns. Not in my backyard. I don't want that problem in my community. But what is really happening is one community has all of the problems. We are the testing ground for what I have been calling the green halo effect of solar and renewable. We both are saying we support solar. I have solar on my roof. Many of these neighbors do. We support solar development. We support meeting our green energy goals. We want to mitigate greenhouse gas emissions. We support these goals. However, one community in the state bears a disproportionate burden, and that means that one of the most economically challenged school districts, an Alliance school district in Connecticut, has less tax generated on these highly profitable facilities, and they seem largely unaccountable. I want to ask you about, recently we had a solar on a specific facility and then a wildlife nuisance concern in another facility. I want to ask if you could sort of give a summary about how easily or not easily we have been able to engage with the developers when there's a problem, and if the siting council is helping us when they have approved a facility, we have no control or regulation, and then we can't get in touch with the developer. Is the siting council in a timely manner supporting the project that they approved?
Oh, absolutely they are not. I will tell you, pertinent to the parcel where we had the fire, and that is also the source of persistent noise issues that vex this poor neighborhood. We had the the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, NextEra, their lobbyists, a number of other public officials physically out to the site. This was in August of 2024. And they promised the sun, the moon, and the stars as to how they were going to address the problem. As you may recall, you were thought to be in an endangered seat in that point in time, and they simply were trying to wait you out. And lo and behold, you're still here, and they disavowed ever even having the meeting with 15 witnesses in place, including their government relations person. Disavowed that it even happened. So they are adamantly not interested in addressing the municipality's concerns, and we have no recourse. We're looking for a remedy that actually addresses the concerns that you and I hear all the time. And for anybody who's in elective office, anybody who's sitting at this table or in the audience who may be an elected official, I think you all can appreciate that when a constituent comes to you with an issue and you tell them there's nothing else I can do, The message that is heard by the constituent, and message is defined by the receiver, the message that is heard by that constituent is, I don't want to help you with your problem. Not that I actually am not able to do it. Not that I have exhausted every available avenue several times over. What they are hearing from me when I say there's nothing more that I can do, they're hearing that I'm not interested or that I don't want to help them. And it couldn't be further from the truth. There's just no other means to do it.
Has the town of East Windsor spent their own money and taxpayer dollars trying to address this issue in their community?
Absolutely. We've spent $60,000 of local taxpayer dollars that will not be reimbursed by the Siting Council as of the next 16 minutes on the application in front of the Siting Council for 492A. We're going to spend more money on appeal. And if we have to go beyond the Superior Court into the Appellate Court, we're going to have to spend more local dollars on that. But the judicial branch seems to be the only available remedy to solve this issue for us locally.
You'll have to clarify for me because I seem to be forgetting, but I thought that the developer had to pay for your legal fees according to legislation that we passed 2 years ago.
Yes, but the counsel for the Siting Council determined that because the 492A application is an amendment to an existing petition rather than the underlying petition itself, that particular statute did not apply to us.
So did they pay for your legal fees in the first application?
They did not.
Why is that?
I was never properly notified by the Siting Council as to the availability of that. And they're required by statute to notify the municipality, is my understanding.
And they spelt your email wrong, is that correct?
Yes, that is what happened.
Thank you. No further questions.